Hi, this is Megan with What's Your Workplace MO, a podcast dedicated to finding out what motivates you in the workplace and your life. I'm a certified color code and life coach who helps teams and individuals find what makes them tick and use that to leverage for success. Do you have to work with people in your job? Want to improve your relationships? Want to understand why people act the way they do? Come along with me and have fun learning along the way.
Welcome to What's Your Workplace MO, the podcast that's dedicated to understanding the core motives of the people you work with. And now, here's Megan Guido.
Hi, this is Megan with What's Your Workplace MO. How do you define trauma? For me, it's anything that causes you to not be able to function how you'd like to. It can be immediately after an event or years after. That may not be the medical definition of trauma, but I would argue it should be. Experiencing trauma can have lasting effects and impact your personal and professional lives. Trauma is a highly personal thing and cannot be defined. What you have experienced as traumatic may not be what another person thinks is traumatic. If another person experienced the same event that traumatized you, would they react the same way? Would they compartmentalize it and keep their minds on other things in their lives? Would they experience PTSD? Would they be unable to develop healthy relationships or doubt their own abilities? Would they be considered difficult to work with? Would they become violent or reclusive or a bully? Why are some people able to roll with an unprecedented event like the coronavirus pandemic and believe we will overcome this? Is it faith? Is it a gene? Or is it something you can learn? Is it grit or resiliency? And how the heck do I get some of that? Then again, why are others experiencing great anxiety during this unprecedented event in our lives? There are many external and practical reasons why someone may be experiencing anxiety during this time. They're out of a job. They may not be able to pay their rent or their mortgage. They may suddenly be teaching their children at the same time they're trying to work from home in a small house or apartment. They may have to go to the grocery store and they don't have a mask, or they just don't have access to food at all. Any of these factors alone would cause great anxiety, but experiencing many of these events all at the same time could be traumatic. It could leave a person unable to carry out their responsibilities in any day. Now, I have my own opinions on world affairs. I believe that this could be Mother Earth or the universe sending us a giant wake-up call to stop letting greed and material things rule our thoughts and actions. So I hope that humankind heeds this call instead of going back to old destructive patterns. But what if we don't? What if a vaccine for coronavirus takes years to develop? And in the meantime, we must alter our way of living. So how do we live our lives without anxiety? It's likely we won't. Anxiety is here to stay in our world. The key is to manage it. Recognizing traumatic events we are now experiencing, understanding and accepting that this trauma will continue to have reverberating effects on us as human beings. We need to hold each other in our thoughts and practice kindness and empathy, not judgment or intolerance. And we need to build resiliency and grit, because I don't believe that all of us are built as resilient as the next person, but I do believe we can build resiliency. In future podcasts, I'm going to explore this idea of building resiliency, respecting people's unique traumas, and then recognizing the universal trauma the whole world is experiencing with this pandemic. I hope you'll join me. Until then, this is Megan with What's Your Workplace MO.
Thanks for listening to What's Your Workplace MO. You can find us on Apple Podcasts or on Podbean. If you like this podcast, we encourage you to subscribe and to let us know what you think. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Our website is workplacemo.com.